What's up everyone? Welcome to Stockton. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. On this channel, we talk about stocks before they start blowing up, say goodbye to chasing stocks at all-time highs, and say hello to making some money. So if this sounds like something you want to take advantage of, then hit that beautiful subscribe button and like the video. Now let's get to it. Before we get into the video, I have to say that I'm not a financial advisor. Anything I say is just my opinion and is for entertainment purposes only. Having said that, if I'm talking about a company, I'll let you know whether I'm personally going to invest in it or not towards the end of the video. But you should always do your own due diligence, so with that out of the way, let's get started.
Hi guys, so I'm back with another video on Tellurian Inc. So as you guys know, we recently had a public offering announcement which resulted in the latest crash in the share price. But now we have some clarity behind why the offering was announced in the first place. Apart from acquiring upstream assets, which I talked about in the last video, one of the other reasons why the management team wanted to issue more shares was that so we could get more institutional investors. The only issue was that Tellurian's team felt like the latest Shell deal would have taken the share price a lot higher, which obviously did not happen because even though it got a nice bump in the share price when the Shell deal was announced, it was short-lived. This is the reason why the offering was done at a lower price of $3 per share. Now, regardless of the situation now, having institutional investors is extremely important for Tellurian Inc. and here's why. You see, the more institutional ownership that Tellurian gets, the better it is for Tellurian's share price. This is because share price volatility reduces as there are less short sellers and also less profit taking. As we start getting more institutions to buy Tellurian, we'll also start seeing newer highs based on catalysts, and these new highs will be sustainable. When we look at MarketWatch, we can see that generally speaking, institutional buying is on the rise when it comes to Tellurian Inc. It's also worth noting that we have 3 of the world's biggest investment funds that have invested in Tellurian. These investment funds know what they're doing, so this should give us some comfort when it comes to holding Tellstock. And check this out. In August, we had a bunch of new buy positions, which is also reassuring. So things are looking good and hopefully the percentage of institutional buyers will continue to rise in the coming months. I believe we're still heading in the right direction and this is a perfect time for accumulation of more shares at cheaper prices. But of course, this is not investment advice, this is just something that I'll be doing in the weeks ahead. In the meanwhile, the market fundamentals for LNG are going from strength to strength. JKM prices are not cooling down anytime soon, countries are moving away from coal and they're more likely to go in the direction of LNG. Poorer countries can't afford to go nuclear or use renewable energy resources because they simply lack the infrastructure to do so. LNG is necessary for this transition to renewable energy, which is why I'm invested over here. Natural gas demand is rising worldwide and Brazil is another example. US LNG cargoes delivered to Brazil rising as demand breaks records. Liquefied natural gas cargoes sourced from the United States are taking up an increasingly important share of Brazil's booming import market. Brazil saw its highest ever level of LNG in June when imports clocked in at 657,000 tons. This compared to 0 cargoes last June and 184,000 tons received in June 2019. So US sourced LNG into Brazil has made up 92% of its imports so far in 2021, compared to 82% in full year 2020 and 44% in all of 2019 according to Kepler data. US LNG has been eating away at market share from LNG exporters in Trinidad and Nigeria. So in essence, things are looking good for Tellurian and I'm optimistic to have maybe Brazil as a customer in the future. Now let's take a look at the chart to see where Tellstock is going to go in the short term. So in the short term, there are a couple of bearish signals. First off, the MACD has converged at this point over here, which was a signal that this uptrend was going to reverse, and so that's exactly what happened here today. The MACD is diverging still, which indicates that this downtrend is likely to continue for the rest of the day. The short-term moving average has also crossed the long-term moving average, so that's another bearish signal in the short term. So how far below can the share price actually fall? Well, we have fallen below this support level here, which is at $2.96. However, I think we should bounce back relatively quickly and we should finish the day closer to $2.96 or even slightly higher than that. If we do fall further down, then I see $2.88 as the absolute bottom for this stock unless something major happens. But anyways guys, let me know how you feel about this gradual increase in institutional buying when it comes to Tellstock. Leave a comment below. That's it for today's video. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next one.